prior to after, obviously. But now that I understand how difficult he is to deal with, there's no one else like him. You can't prepare for him, even at
his age,
even at an elder version of him.
And shit, it was pretty cool to see. And honestly, even with the majority draw, it's a win for Manny, because damn, if he can do that off a 3-year layoff at 46, that's pretty telling, for one, where the sport of boxing is when your world champ can't beat 46-year-old politician Manny Pacquiao.
Yes, Manny, you can't come out of retirement because this guy is so bad. Like, that fired him up a little bit, and then he goes in the ring and he does nothing. He goes in the ring and, like, I thought it was an embarrassing performance from a 30-year-old champion.
Fighters are genuinely intimidated by Manny Pacquiao's return because even at 46, he moves like he's still in his prime. After watching Pacquiao train and witnessing his performance against Barrios, Sean Porter didn't hesitate to say, Pacquiao is still him. Despite his age, Manny's signature speed, footwork, and relentless pace remain intact. Opponents are beginning to realize that the legendary version of Pacquiao hasn't disappeared, and that he might still have what it takes to dominate elite competition today.
What do you think about the overall matchup?
Everything, man. I watched him train like last week or the week before, and amazing to see him still move and bounce and do all the same things that he was doing in camp years ago when I was with him. So he's still locked in. He's still him, Crazy, but he is. You know what they say, man. The last thing to go is that power.
Chris Algieri, who once faced Pacquiao when both were in their prime, brings a unique and credible perspective to the table. In his eyes, there's something timeless about Manny Pacquiao. While most fighters fade with age, Pacquiao remains an unsolvable riddle for younger, more physically prime opponents. Algieri calls him one of the most difficult fighters to prepare for, unpredictable, lightning fast, explosive, and endlessly relentless. He stresses that when it comes to Pacquiao, age is simply a number. What sets Manny apart is a physical and mental edge that no training camp can simulate. To Algieri, Pacquiao's comeback isn't just realistic, it's a serious threat to anyone who dares to face him.
Prior to after, obviously. But now that I understand how difficult he is to deal with, there's no one else like him. You can't prepare for him, even at
his age,
even at an elder version of him.
In his bout against Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao stunned the boxing world by showing just how much of his signature style had endured. At 46, many expected to see a faded icon chasing past glory, but instead, they witnessed flashes of vintage Pacquiao, explosive footwork, rapid-fire combinations, and sharp, calculated angles. The most striking part was how competitive each round was. Even the ones he narrowly lost on the scorecards were hard-fought and close. His timing, stamina, and ring IQ all looked remarkably intact. While Barrios was presumed to have the upper hand due to his youth, he frequently found himself reacting to Pacquiao's pace rather than setting it. It was clear Pacquiao wasn't just in the ring to show up. He was still performing at an elite level.
I think Manny's always been good at that. And my son really pointed it out perfectly. He was still good at it. He was still good at it. I think he was stealing some rounds at the end. Whether he deserved them or he didn't deserve them, whatever. They were close rounds. He might have stole them on the judges' cards. What we shouldn't forget is he's a special guy, and he put a special performance. I never saw calves on the legs of somebody that big. I mean, it's incredible. I thought early on he stumbled a little bit. I thought his legs were stumbling a little bit, like you might see in a 46-year-old, a little bit. But at the end, they got the act together. He used them pretty good. He used them pretty damn good. What I think he also did was maybe a little bit of I think the word illusion is too powerful, but I'd say a little misleading, where he threw those real fast punches like my son said. They weren't quality punches like they used to be, where there was real impact and real power at the end of them. They were more like just quick punches, and they weren't all being impactful. They weren't all landing clean. Some did, but they weren't all landing clean, and they definitely weren't landing with real power. They really weren't.
Social media star and fighter Salt Papi weighed in with a bold opinion on a potential rematch between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. In his view, Pacquiao's current form proves he's still sharp, active, well-conditioned, and mentally locked in, unlike Mayweather, who's been away from true competition and focused on exhibitions. Salt Papi believes a second showdown would play out very differently than their 2015 bout. This time, he says Pacquiao's rhythm, relentless activity, and hunger would overwhelm Mayweather's now declining reflexes, while Floyd has protected his record with low-stakes exhibitions. Salt Papi argues that Manny's return to serious form makes him the more dangerous fighter today.
Have you spoken to Manny recently? I know you're friends with him.
No, I haven't spoken to him, no.
What would you want to see him do next?
Fight Floyd Mayweather or Gervonta Tank.
You think he beats Tank, a near prime Tank Davis?
Like, we'll see. Like, styles make fights, so we just don't know.
What about Mayweather versus Pacquiao too?
Yeah, that'll be a good fight. Yeah, like Manny is still active. So.
Okay.
Pacquiao's performance against Barrios served as a powerful reminder of why he's considered a once-in-a-generation talent. Every time Barrios tried to initiate offense, Manny answered with blistering 2- and 3-punch combinations. His pace, energy, and footwork highlighted the stark difference between his dynamic style and Barrios' more cautious, reactive approach. What truly stunned both fans and analysts was how youthful Pacquiao still looked in the rink, constantly moving, cutting sharp angles, and creating openings like he always has. Many questioned the official decision, arguing that Pacquiao's relentless aggression and high volume clearly outshined Barrios' sporadic counters. It wasn't just a strong showing for a 46-year-old, it was a performance that proved Pacquiao still belongs among boxing's elite.